Hello, I'm Myron Cook. What an amazing, strange place this is. Now, how do you make sense of this? 95% of the time I'm on my own when I do my work. I prefer it that way, actually. And it just keeps me kind of young, I guess. Certainly in my head it does. So we're kind of going at a sequence. We're gonna look at some rock up on top of this hill here. I just wanted to communicate geology, and I knew it had to be through video, and it had to be through YouTube. I didn't know video, and I certainly didn't know YouTube and how to do all that. When I know I'm gonna record a little shot of me hiking or whatever, I'll just carry it like this. Someday I'm gonna fall and destroy my equipment. I just know it. I had to learn all the video editing and all that. I do everything myself. Let's see if we can find the trail.
63-year-old Myron Cook is one of Wyoming's most prominent YouTubers. He grew up in Wyoming, but spent decades around the world as an exploration geologist in the oil and gas industry. Now, his retirement is spent drawing millions of views on his geology videos. While exploring the Hot Springs State Park in Thermopolis, his process unfolds, part science, part storytelling.
My particular focus is bringing the history of the Earth in focus and the geological processes that occur to create the beauty around us. Boy, I thought this was a short hike, but with all these zigzags, it's... Okay, I think I want to do a shot of me with my camera. That's one thing I think that's a lot of people just don't have, is the willingness to put themselves on the line, and I understand. You know, you're taking a risk that people just won't find it interesting at all, or not be attracted to it, and that can be kind of a personal blow. In this case, for me, I just enjoy it so much, I thought, you know, I'll just see what happens. Then, you know, this is recording here to get the ambient birds and breeze and all that. So you'll have to be quiet once I start walking.
Myron structures all of his videos around a question and a story that helps viewers answer it. In Thermopolis, he's teaching people about travertine, a special type of limestone deposited by hot springs. To accomplish that, much of Myron's time is spent hunting for the perfect shot.
Just got to find the right angles. I'm thinking about going and shooting that back there. Yeah, I looked on Google Earth. It's only like 300 yards from here to the edge once you get here. Oh, okay, good. Let's go right here. I think I'm going to use that right there for my dialogue. Yeah, I like that. What a pleasant hike coming here, hiking up to the top of T Hill. And, yeah, I like that. And I look at this limestone here, and I'll tell you, it's looking kind of familiar to me. The process of these travertine terraces developing is very close to the river always. So how do we make sense of this? Really, you have to say the river was here at one time. That's a rather bold statement, isn't it? I get a lot of comments about my narration, and people use it to go to sleep in and then they say, well, don't worry, you know, I watch it all later again after I go to bed. I've had, maybe a dozen people comment about it helps them with their PTSD. I've had somewhere around 50,000 comments so far right now, and I try to read them all.
Myron's comment section is overwhelmingly positive, with many people relating him to lovable characters, like the art instructor, Bob Ross.
The Bob Ross of geology thing came about, I think on my very first video, I drew a small tree, and people picked up on that, and it reminded them of Bob Ross, and then my style, I guess, and all that. And yeah, I definitely view it as a compliment. I always assume they're from younger people. That may not be true, but I get comments as like, hey, can you hurry it up? I had someone comment, you know, you could have done that in 5 minutes. And one of the very few times, my wife doesn't like it when I do this, but I've done it a handful of times, I kind of snapped back in the comment and said, 5 minutes, why not 20 seconds? So, you know, I can do it even shorter, but we need to enjoy the process of learning and give people time to think about what they're observing. And that takes time, and also to appreciate the landscape around them. Find a flat rock to sit this on. Go right out on the edge, I guess. It's literally a daily thing for me, especially when I'm back here in Wyoming. when I ponder my place in Earth's history and all that's occurred and all that. It's kind of like, for me, looking up in the heavens and seeing all the stars and everything, and kind of putting myself, ground myself back down and go, you're not that much, Myron. And these problems are relatively small. I would never hire a camera guy. Just couldn't. It's too personal, you know, the way you set it up. The story that I'm trying to portray to people, to me it reminds me a lot of painting. I do oil paintings as a hobby, and you have to think through carefully how you compose the painting and all that. This is the same process, and I really enjoy doing that. In the end, I've got to be the one choosing the exact shot and how it works and how it fits into the picture. These are just my basic notes as to what I want to do on this outcrop. If I'm lucky, I'll get it in one take. All these layers here that we have, and they're wonderful contortions and bulbs, and wow, it's just crazy. I don't know if I'm likable. Only people around me can tell me if I'm likable. I'm certainly likable to my wife. She tells me that all the time. I don't want to be presumptuous to say that I am likable, but I do get that a lot. And in general, I certainly try to be likable. I've mentioned several times my wife. Her name is Merlane. I want to get her name there. Hi, Merlane. Another thing I can do here is take some dilute hydrochloric acid and put it on a sample of this rock. I don't think it's going to show on video. You're going to have to trust me on this one. Oh, maybe it is showing up. It's such a violent fizz, it is showing up. And what this fizzing means is that it's calcium carbonate. It's a great test for limestone. As you might guess, this is what it's really all about. Travertine deposits, these terraces that develop, these thermal hot springs that build up layers of travertine.
The main point of Myron's video is to help viewers connect the dots between the travertine deposits up on T Hill, at the ancient terraces, then at the terraces near the modern-day river. All of them were created by the hot springs over several thousands of years.
We worry too much about getting things right. So I encourage people, when they go out, they learn some principles from my videos or from other sources, and I tell them, and I firmly believe this, is it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. Don't worry about that. Enjoy the process of seeing what's in front of you and asking yourself questions back and forth, and enjoy that process. And if it happens to be wrong, so be it.
It can take Myron as many as 60 editing hours to finish each video, which he publishes monthly.
I think I would describe this outcrop as wild. Wild in the way that the layers of rock are contorted in every way imaginable.
He thinks he'll stick with posting one video per month because he runs his channel for fun, not for work.
It's never over until it's over. And you don't know what's coming your way, and nothing ventured, nothing gained. My favorite comment that I get, or I think it's my favorite anyway, I get so many, is you've changed the way I see the world around me. And boy, that is a great compliment to me. What a wonderful adventure we've been on together, haven't we? Making these observations, putting it all together, and learning about hot springs, mineral hot springs, and travertine development, and all that fun stuff. And I hope you've enjoyed watching this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. Thank you for watching. And I hope you've enjoyed watching this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. Thank you for watching. I'm good with that.